Hey Marathoners, how you guys doing? This is Coach Wes, and I wanted to send you guys a quick note as we head into our first true distance run and one chunk, which will be this coming Saturday's 12-mile distance run. So what I want you thinking about more than anything else is just setting up patterns beginning this Saturday that will carry you over to having a successful day come time for the OC Marathon. So looking at this coming weekend, the weather should be absolutely perfect. You guys should be running in low 50s the entire time, so that doesn't need to be too much of concern. But again, I want you to set patterns. And what I want you thinking is, how are you going to spend your previous couple days exercising? And then how are you going to eat the previous couple days? And then what's the run itself going to look like? So only being a 12-mile run, we don't need to change our nutrition a whole lot. So really what I want you thinking is, how is your nutrition going to change the morning of the workout? What are you going to set in place as a good, positive pattern for you so that come the OC Marathon, you know exactly what to eat the morning of? What's worked for me in the past is the morning of I like to have half of a bagel with some peanut butter on top and a banana. And then I just do a little bit of water with that. And that seems to work well for me. Now, as far as nutrition during the workout goes, that's where we're going to put a little bit more emphasis starting this coming Saturday. And the easy way to do that is that we're going to break the workout up into two parts. We'll do a little half-mile warm-up, and that will put us at the corner of Jamboree and Bayside. And we're going to drop our fuel there. Now, you can carry your water with you over the course of the next couple miles if you want to, but I think the easiest thing is just to drop, whether you're carrying a goo or a bar or anything of that nature, drop it at that intersection of Jamboree and Bayside, and then we'll come right back to it. So we'll be running 2.5 miles out and 2.5 miles back, so at the most you'll be 5 miles, at the most you'll be 2.5 miles away, but it'll be about 5 miles until you take your first dosage of calories, which is about appropriate as far as the timing. Now the question is, what do you take in? Well, that's why we do these long distance runs. You want to figure out what works best for you. I found over the course of my training that I tend to stay away from things that are goos and gels, and I go more to things that seem like I can chew a little bit more, things that seem a little bit more like food. So bananas and bars tend to work really, really well for me. Again, use this time to figure out what's going to work best for you. After those first 5 miles, we're going to continue out for another 3 miles onto the opposite side of the back bay, and that'll be 3 miles out and 3 miles back. So with a 5 from the beginning, the 6 from the middle, and then bookend it with a half-mile warm-up and a half-mile cool-down, and we'll be good to go. So we talked about developing a pattern for what you eat the morning of, and then developing a pattern for what you eat during the workout. And then we want to talk a little bit about what your pacing should look like. What I want more than anything else is for it to feel like it's a conversational pace. And if you're really looking to finish in a certain time for the OC Marathon, really look to try and hang that type of a pace or speed. So consider that to be base pace. And then the last thing I want you to think about as far as patterns are, what are you doing with your workouts leading up to Saturday? We know that tomorrow is your cardio cross training day, and then Friday is another cardio cross training day with spinning. Take both of those workouts at about 80%. Don't feel like you have to kill it. I want you to feel like you're ready for Saturday morning's workout. If you guys have any questions in the meantime, please let me know. I know sometimes, especially at the beginning, there can be a lot of questions or it can seem a little daunting to try and start really upping your mileage, and I want to be here as a resource for you guys. I've gone through it a couple times before, and I know the patterns that have worked for me, and I'd be happy to convey that information to you guys. I'm really looking forward to it. I'll see you on Saturday morning, and we'll go have a good workout together. Have a good rest of your night.